Thank you for tuning into our channel. I'm Trey.
And I'm Tish.
And you're watching
Tish and Trey.
So today we had a question from YouTube comment and Tish is going to read it. Why did you scroll down? It was right there. Sorry y'all, she just kidding. This video is about her.
So the question came from YouTube and it states, how did Martisha help you along your spiritual journey or vice versa? So you can go first since this is about me.
Alright, so this is an awesome question because Tish has been there for me every step of the way.
Definitely.
Every single step of the way. Like ever since I had my encounter with God, all the way up until we're doing videos together. Like she has been the true backbone, my true rib, just being there every step of the way. We had started working out together, we started reading together. So it's definitely important to have somebody that's gonna be there for you to help you when you fall. She helped me, have a shoulder to cry on because I'm just emotional. I know that it's needed to release those emotions. So what better person than to release those emotions to Tish? And then also just realizing how fake this world is. It's a real fake world out there, and just having a partner that's real and transparent and just will open up and is open to listening. She's a very good listener. She's a very awesome supporter. She is just so beautiful. So when I look into her eyes, I can just, just keep looking at them all day. But yeah, she just, like I said, ever since the day that I had my encounter with God, she just been there to support me and just listen to all my crazy ideas and just every step of the way, she's just been there.
Okay, so
giving them in detail.
In detail, because guys always leave out the detail.
Yeah.
But from the beginning, when we first got together, it's been like he's had like maybe 4 transformations throughout 1 year. Like, and it's like one step up, and then the next step up, and then the next step up. So first, when we got together, we started just going to church together. Sometimes we weren't the religious church goers, but we would listen to Transformation Church, watch that on some Sundays.
Shout out to Mike Todd.
Thank you, Pastor Todd.
Awesome. We love you.
So
can't wait to meet you.
So we started watching those videos, and that kind of got in his head and got in my head too, But then we still didn't take action. We were still living of the world, still doing those things.
Tell me about the relationship goals.
Oh, but we watched Relationship Goals. Y'all, if y'all haven't watched Relationship Goals with Pastor Todd, watch it.
I just got chills right then. That's
Relationship
how
Goals will transform
the way you think
about sex, relationships,
man,
all of it. Watch them from 8? I think watch it from the first one to the 8th one. It's so good. So after that, we were like, oh my goodness, it started.
It started to stick.
It didn't go deep, but
right.
but it started to stick. So then after that, I saw another transformation in him, and that was it the encounter? After Relationship Goals. Actually, we had a situation in our relationship, and I was about to dip on him. So after that, I promise y'all, the next day after I said I was about to dip on him, he came back even harder. He was just amazing.
That was a big turning point.
That was a turning point.
That was something that we actually don't really talk about, and I'm glad she brought it up because I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. So we got together August 26th last year, and this happened September the 6th. Right. So it was still fresh in our relationship. We was definitely together, and I went to see this girl on campus, and of course I lied to Tish and told her, I was at the townhouse at the time, but I was there. Yeah,
and then I knew he was lying because he always answers my calls. Yeah. So I was in a chapter meeting, or committee meeting, and he was at the house, and then he texted me and was like, I'm gonna be at the townhouse. And I'm like, okay, you know, not thinking nothing of it. And then after I get out of my meeting, I called him and he didn't answer. And then I called him again and he didn't answer. And then I called him again, he didn't answer. And then minutes later, he texted me and was like, I'm on the phone with my dad, I'll call you back. And I'm like, okay. Like, it seems strange to me. You know, God gives women intuition and we know when something ain't right. And I knew it. So after I left my meeting, I was just like, I checked his location. I'm like, okay, it's over there by the townhouse, so maybe he is at the townhouse. So actually, one of my sisters asked me to drop her off at her dorm, which is by the townhouse. So I went to drop her off, and I passed by, and I didn't see his car at the townhouse. So I'm like, okay, so maybe he might have parked somewhere else. But later on, when I get home, he's walking the dog, and for some reason, I saw he was making this video trailer of, not a trailer, but like a recap of a party. So he was making it on my laptop, and I was watching it, and I saw this girl, and I just forgot. So actually previous, a few days before, we were at a party. It was the first party of the semester. And I had his phone like looking up something. We were going to Waffle House and I had his phone and I saw this girl, you know, I saw the name pop up and she was like, hey, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, so who is this? And he was like, oh, it's nothing, nobody. So we go to Waffle House that night and he was all on his phone. I'm like, you seem really distracted. So that just put something in my head right there. And then the next week when I'm at the meeting,
collecting them red flags. So
I collect the red flags. Like, I'm not about to waste my time.
Not playing, I promise.
So I put that in my head and I was like, okay, we're not gonna worry about it. And so the next week after the next week, while I was at the meeting and all that stuff happened, I was at home. So actually when I got home and I told you I was watching the video of the recap that he made, and he was outside walking Ace. So I'm like, okay, so I see this girl and I just put the name to the face because I just felt like that was her. So since he left his phone, I went on his phone, went on Instagram, and boom. And I'm like, so I see the messages. He asked the girl, you know, do you want to chill and all this type of stuff. I'm like, are you dumb? So when he came back in, what did I do?
I don't remember.
Give me my flip flops.
I absolutely hate to think about that night.
I mean, we gotta talk about it. We got so off track on this question, but
still, this is
a turning point in our relationship.
It definitely is.
But I'm like, give me my flip flops, cause he had on my flip flops walking the dog. I'm like, give me my flops.
Also, we stayed, you know, in the same apartment complex. She stayed right below me.
Yeah.
So we had our room above and below each other. So
right.
So we was in our room, and she was like, you know, she finna go to her room. I was like, did you say something like?
I just said, give me my flops. And
oh yeah, you left me not knowing what.
He didn't know what had happened, but you know, I peeped it and I knew it and I put two and two together because I don't play about wasting my time. So I was just gonna, I'm like, we only been in a relationship about a week anyway, so I just cut it off. So, you know, he came trying to get in, he was trying to figure out, and then I guess he noticed, I don't remember, it's like kind of the details, like but I guess he figured out, you know, he kept blowing me up, I wasn't answering.
Yeah, that whole night was
that
horrible
whole night
for me.
was horrible for him.
I went through it because, man, I'm telling you, when you got somebody good, don't mess it up. And it's, but still, like, in a sense, it was actually a good thing in the mess though, because it was needed in me.
It helped him
to help me transform. Like, I promise you, y'all. So that night, I called my friend Amaya Thomas. If y'all
she was actually already on the phone. She was on the phone as I was going through the messages, and I'm like, girl, I can't believe him. She's like, what happened? What happened? I'm like, I can't believe him. So, you know, I guess she told him. She probably told him what happened because I had just walked out and went to my room.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But yeah, she was on the phone.
So she ended up coming, and I was hurt. I ain't even gonna stunt. I ain't even gonna flex to y'all for real. I was hurt. I was like over with. And just talking to Amaya, I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like, cause I'm telling you that was a tremendous piece in my heart. So I just want to advise the fellas, you got somebody good, don't hurt them. Please don't. Like, do your very best to support them and protect them and do everything, the little things, like just random acts of kindness, all that stuff matter. But yeah, back to the...
So yeah, and yeah, girls or women, young ladies, don't put up with foolishness, because I know my worth, and I know somebody out here that's gonna treat me right. So don't waste y'all time. But that was actually needed in our relationship, because this is part of his spiritual journey as well. After that day, like, it was a big transformation, y'all. Y'all thought I dated a new person. Like, he just, what can I do? Trying to serve me, basically. And I mean,
I just told her that
from that day forward, like even today,
done with all the childishness and done with it was like a journey, still like a step-by-step journey as far as like stopping. I just stopped going to parties, stopped trying to be that guy. Like it
stop
was
being the clout chaser.
Yeah, definitely. I was that person. And so step by step.
That was definitely a turning point.
Yeah.
So even now he still tries to serve me. So after that turning point, so it was the first step, watching transformation. Then it was the second step. That was the actual transformation in our relationship. And I always tell him, I'm like, God made that happen for a reason. Yeah. He knew, he put it in me to know that something wasn't going on. I mean, something wasn't right. Yeah. So after I figured that out, it helped him grow as a person. Because when we got together, he was still, halfway in, halfway in with Christ, with our relationship, all of that. Like, he was still like, okay, I'm gonna test the waters. I'm gonna have my cake and eat it too.
Yeah, still sinning. Yeah.
So that helped him like put both feet in to the relationship, and it took off from there. So then after that, Trey used to smoke, and y'all heard this in his testimony if y'all watched it. So he used to smoke. So just one day he was smoking. I was asleep on the couch. And he just like woke me up crying, from his encounter. He had an encounter with God.
It was still going on though. She was asleep, I came back in, and I'm like, it just came over me. This was the first time that it happened. And I knew, it wasn't like nothing linked to the weed, because I had been smoking before, sometime, like, it was just like spur of the moment, something new, something different. So, I want to wake her up, but I'm trying to get her to stay calm, because I'm historical.
He was like crying.
I can't control my body.
Just when I tell you this, just be calm.
Yes,
don't freak out. And I'm like, did somebody die? Like, are you okay? Are you hurt? When he take you to the hospital? I'm freaking out already. But when I'm like, because I see you crying, and I see
crying,
you like,
but I'm trying to stay calm.
He looked like he was freaked out. So I'm just like. But anyway, so I was there to witness that first encounter, and then he had another encounter. I was actually in my internship, and he called me, and I'm like, he never calls me while I'm in my internship. He knows I'm in my internship, and he called me and was like, it's happening again. And he had been smoking before that.
Yes, I was high at that time.
He was high too.
And I was at this lake behind their house, their old house, and I was on the phone with my friend Mike. And like, he had just had a baby, so he was showing me the baby, but I'm freaking out, having this feeling again, and I can't even like just tell him, because it would have been explaining.
It was overwhelming.
Yeah, at that moment. So he just like, hello, you good? You okay? I'm just like, I'm sorry, I gotta go. Hold on, don't talk to you later. So I called Tish and just was like walking back, and all the stuff still happening. Like, I would just have to explain it another day, because it's a different feeling. But
so he had that encounter and called me while I was at work, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to just calm him down.
I'm like, can you get off early?
I'm like, can you come home early? Can you get off work early? I'm like, I can try, but so yeah. And then you had the last encounter. Where was that?
I was in Clarksville.
He was in Clarksville. I wasn't with you though.
Yeah, you were.
I was in Memphis. He was in Clarksville, and he had his last encounter. He was like, that's it. I'm done smoking. God just wanted him to stop smoking. I feel like that was the whole thing with that. And also, just opening your eyes and turning you towards your purpose. Because after that, he stopped smoking, and What else?
I started getting on my grind. She helped me to look myself in the mirror and help point out my flaws, you know, even though we still a work in progress, but just still realizing, like, a lot of us don't realize that we are, you know, we bring the problems and all the stuff on ourselves. So we got to look ourselves in the mirror and say, this was me.
Yeah.
This was
I
past
had
me.
to help him do that because he was so like, he was in denial about a lot of stuff, and I'm like, no, that was you.
Still recently,
that was
I was
you,
in denial.
and that was you, and you need to give it all to God and be transparent about it, because He already know what you've been done, so you can't be lying to Him about it. Like, He know the real you, so I'm like, you gotta be transparent.
Or
You
not
gotta
just even lying to myself.
like stop lying to yourself. Like, this was you, and I'm telling you, this was you, and I'm so glad he finally realized that. But since that last encounter, we've just been at it, like doing Bible plans together every day, praying together daily, going to church more. And we're actually looking into getting into the ministry. I want to help out with the youth ministry. And his calling is to be a pastor. As much as he hated, that's his calling. So yeah, stay tuned for that. This video has gotten too long because we went into depth into too many different situations. But basically, have a partner that's gonna support you, and have a partner that's also wanting to grow in God as well, because that's both of us. Like, it wouldn't. I don't feel like it would have worked, but I don't feel like it would have worked immediately if I wasn't trying to grow in God and he was just trying to grow by himself. You definitely need somebody else that's willing, you know, and ready to stop doing the worldly things and grow in God.
But don't get us wrong. You can still pursue your purpose. You just need to get into your purpose and pursue yourself, and that person will come along. God's going to bring them to you. But yeah, so that's all we have for today. Please, if you have any other questions, please either email us at christandlewis@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram. I am at TREY'S.
And I am at martisha.lewis. And y'all also just have one more thing to say. And I forgot. So that's it. Come on.
You sure you can't find it? You lost it?
Yeah, I'm like, and I had
sure?
one more good thing to say. As well as me helping Trey transform in his spiritual journey, he also helped me. So by him wanting to grow closer, I wanted to go closer too, and it worked out perfectly. So yeah, it wasn't just me helping him; it was him helping me at the same time. If you understand that. So that's it, y'all. Peace.